Hello friends, welcome back to our channel DS Tech Mirror. Topic for today video is script injection in modern SharePoint page using application customizer. In my last video, I covered what we can do with application customizer. So I covered that we can create a custom header, we can create a custom footer, and we can add script to our page using application customizer. As of today, there are only two placeholder in modern SharePoint page, that is top placeholder and bottom placeholder. That's why we can create only a header and a footer. But in future, Microsoft is going to add more placeholder into modern SharePoint page. In today's video, we will see how we can add script to a modern SharePoint page. As part of the script injection, I will cover these two parts: how you can add a CSS to a modern SharePoint page using application customizer, and how you can add your JS file or JavaScript code to a modern SharePoint page using application customizer. It is going to be very simple, so let's get started. I will directly jump into my code. In my last video, I covered how you can create a application customizer. In this video, I have directly created the application customizer project. I will directly jump into the code. So let's get started. So friends, you can see my solution is ready. I will open this solution in Visual Studio Code now. For that, I will type the command code space full stop. And now my application customizer solution will get opened in Visual Studio Code. So this is my application customizer code. What I will do, I will directly go into the TS file. Name of my solution is script injection application customizer. I will directly jump into this TS file. I have already explained the existing code in my last video. So over here that I will directly start with the code, how I can inject the CSS as well as the script file. Before starting with the code, I will go to my site. This is my POC site. In this is my site assets. Over here you can see I have already having this CSS file, JS file and jQuery file. So in this CSS file I have a very simple code. You can see that I have taken this class webpart container and I am setting the background color as green. In the JS file I have this alert, and after that I am setting this div as none, display none, and I have this JS file. So these are my three files which I have already uploaded in the site assets. Now I will move to my TS file, and inside this init method I will write my code inside the init method. So what I will do, I will remove all the existing code and I am left with this just written statement, written promise.resolve. So as a first step, what I will do, I will insert the CSS file. And for that, what I will do, I will say let CSS file URL, and I will keep it as string. And then what I will do, from here I will put the path of my CSS file. So this is the relative path of my CSS file, site/poc/site assets, and after that I will give the name of my CSS file, that is app.cust, that is appcustomizer.css. So this is my CSS file URL, appcustomizer.css. What I will do, although initially I will just show you the CSS file, but let me keep the path of all the three files. Let CSS file URL, after that let script file URL, and this is also of type string, and I will copy paste the path from here and I will change the file name because the path is the same, it's just file name I have to replace. So over here my file name is, that is script file URL, app.cust.js file. I have to just change the extension. Over here you can see application cust, that is cust means customizer, application customizer.css, application customizer.js. So this is also ready. And as a last, I have to save the file URL, that is JS file URL, that is my jQuery file. So jQuery file URL, it is of type also type string. So in this also I will copy paste the path from here and I will change the file name. So this time my file name is jQuery -1.7.2.js. So you can see jQuery 1.7.2.js. So guys, these are the three files which I will be injecting, but I will be starting with the CSS file. how we can inject the CSS in our modern SharePoint page. So guys, I've already explained this, but I will again cover this. In modern SharePoint, that is in modern SharePoint page, we are not having content editor or script editor web part. Therefore, we cannot inject any script in our modern SharePoint page. Although script injection is not recommended in modern SharePoint page, but in case if it is required, so I am covering it in this video. CSS we can inject it, and in a similar way we will be injecting the script also. So let's start with the CSS now. So what I will do, first of all I will create the element. What I have to do is I have to create the link tag, and then I will be injecting that link tag. For that, what I will be doing, I will say let link tag, and it will be of type link HTML link element, okay, and document dot create element, and in this I'll say I want to create the link tag. So now I have created the link tag. Now what I have to do, I have to set the type, or you can say href, link tag dot href is equal to, I'm already having the file path, that is CSS file URL. So this is fine. After that, what I'm having, link tag dot, I have type is equal to text backslash CSS, and I'm having link tag dot relation rel. Link tag dot rel is equal to style sheet. So it will define that this is my style sheet. So all these tags are done. Now what I have to do, I have to inject this link tag into the header part of my SharePoint page. So over here, if I go, so let's say if I want to, I will go to my SPFX web part page over here, /POC/ SPFX web part page. On this page, I am going to inject my script and CSS. So over here, if I inspect, if I press F12 in my page, and if I try to type head, so you will get many headers. You can see this is one header. After that, okay, let me go to the first tag only. You will get many header tags. So you can see this is your header tag, and there are also chances that in your page multiple header tags can exist. So what I will do, first of all I will get this header tag, and how I can get the header tag, I will say document dot get element by tag name. I will get the header tag. Now all the header tag present in my page will be available, and what I will do, I will store them, or I will assign them to a variable of type let link tag. I'll say link tag. Okay, link tag I have already taken, sorry, head, I have to say let head. This is my header tag, and it will be of type any. I will assign it as a type any. So head is my variable, it is of type any, and you can say document.getElement by tag name head. Okay, now ready. Next, as a last step, what I have to do, now I will show you in my console over here. What I will do, I'll say console.log, I will say demo, so that we can differentiate, because there will be so much logging in my browser console, and I'll say head. I will show you what we are getting in our head variable. So, and at last over here, what I'll say, now I know that head will be of type collection, so it will be of type array. So what I will do, I'll say I want the first header in my SharePoint page, because I will be getting multiple head tag. So what I'll say, head, that is the first element, dot, as the next out I'll say dot insert adjacent element. So what I am doing, I am inserting the element, and what will be my element, my link tag I am inserting, and over here I have to say where I have to insert, like before my tags end, that is my header tag before end, and over here I will say link tag. So I am done. So this is my code, how I can inject the script, how I can add the script in my SharePoint modern page. Now as a validation, what I will say, I will do over here, I will make sure that my path should that my path I should be having the CSS file URL path. So I will say if CSS file URL, then only it should go. If CSS file URL is blank, that it should not process this piece of code. So I will put into this if condition. So guys, this is done. So I will again, before showing it in the browser, I will explain you what I have done. This is my CSS file URL, and at this location my CSS is present. In this I have just taken a div and I've set the background color as green. Inside this, what I did, I just taken the this I have read the head tag present in my SharePoint page, document dot get element by tag name. After that, what I did, I created a dynamic link tag. It is of type HTML link element, document dot create element link. So link dot href type relation, and I have inserted the element. I have inserted the link tag before my head tag gets end. Now what I will do, I'll press Ctrl Tilt and I will run the gulp serve. Before running the gulp serve, as I told in my last video, gulp serve. So the moment I say gulp serve, under config folder my serve file will come into picture, and over here I have to change this page URL at these two locations. So what I will do, I will copy this path, because over here I have to test. I will paste page URL over here and again here. So this is also done, and now I will run gulp serve and we will test whether it is working or not. So my gulp serve is started, my gulp serve is processing, and now it will open my page in the browser. So because in application customizer we are not having the concept of the workbench, we cannot test a web part in local workbench, neither in SharePoint workbench. So over here it creates a URL. I've explained you the URL in my last video. If you are not aware, you can refer my last video. And now you can see this SPFX web part page. You can see this is set as background as green, because if I open the same page without this SPFX load SPFX true, without this debug URL in a normal page, you can see this background is not set as green. So this is the difference. This background is not set as green, and over here in the debug URL we can see my CSS is working. Also I will show you that our CSS is getting loaded. If I go to sources, under my site assets, you can see this application customizer.css. Although in my site assets my JSS files are also present, but they're not loaded yet because I have not add them through my code. Over here you can see my JS files are not present because I have added only the CSS file, so my CSS file is present. Over here you can see. So successfully I have added the CSS file. One more thing I want to show you, over here, let me search for the demo part. Over here you can see this is my head section, and I have added logging for it, and you can see over here it is of type a collection. And over here if I expand this object, you can see over here we are getting multiple headers, or you can say we are getting multiple head element. So what I did, I just took the first header and I've added my header, I've added my style sheet into it. Also if I go to my element, from here I will search app, name of my CSS file. Name of my CSS file is appcust.css. Over here you can see it is present in my page, reference is present in my page, and it is part of my head section of my page. If you go at the top, this is my head section. So guys, successfully we are able to add the CSS file. So guys, this is very simple and it is very useful. So this is another use case of our application customizer. As a next step, I will show you how we can add the JSS file. By now you must have understood the logic. In case of JS file, we will create another dynamic element, and this time we will create the script tag, and in the same way we will add it. So let's proceed. What I will say, if script file URL is not blank, again what I will do, I will take this head section. Also what I can do, let's not put this head section under this, and I will put it outside this if statement, so that I can use the same head section in both the if conditions. So my head section is fine. Over here what I will do, I will create the element, and now over here what I will do, I will create the script element. In this case I will create two script element, one for the jQuery reference. Over here you can see, if I go to this site assets, Okay, let me go to the site assets. Inside this site assets, if I open this my JS file, custom JS file, over here one is the alert, and after that I'm using this jQuery. With the help of jQuery, I am setting the div as display none, and for using the jQuery, I want to add the jQuery reference also, which is present in my site assets only. This is my jQuery reference. So I have to create two script tag, one for the jQuery reference and another for my custom jQuery reference. So let's go forward and create the two script tags. So I'll say let jQuery reference, it will be of type HTML script element, and I will say document.create element, it will be of type script. This is done. After that I'll say jQuery reference, I have to provide the source for my this jQuery tag, jQuery reference dot source, and I'll say jQuery file URL. This is jQuery file URL. After that, what I will do, I will provide the type jQuery reference dot type is equal to text backslash JavaScript. So this is, I think everybody is aware about this property. And after that, simply I will be adding this script tag under my header section. So what I'll say, my head 0 dot, now over here I use this property insert adjacent element. Over here I will use a different property just to make you aware about different property. I'll say append child. This also will add my JS file under my head element. So I'll say jQuery reference. So this is done. In a similar way, again I will create this. Over here what I'll say, I will simply copy paste this code because there will be not much change. I'll say instead of jQuery reference, I will say script tag, or I'll say custom script. Custom script, this is fine. Now custom script dot source I have to provide, and source will be script file URL. This will remain the same, and over here again I have to simply change the custom script dot type, and over here I have to change the custom script. So guys, this is done. Now I have added my script file also in the same page. Again my Gulp service is already running. I've got this reload message. What I will do, I will go back to my page. This is my debug page, and what I will do, I will press Ctrl F5 to check whether my code is working. So you can say my script is working. It is giving me a message that alert DS Tech Mirror. So we have successfully added this script to the page. But over here you can see still but again you can see my div is still visible, because over here I will do inspect element and I will show you. So this is the part div underscore parent. This is the part which I am trying to hide just for this demo purpose. So I will show you in this what we are doing. Div underscore parent dot css display none. So my alert DS Tech Mirror is working. This is not working. So let's go forward and see why it is not working. Before that, I will try to refresh my page once again, because sometimes it is a cache issue. Yeah, it is not working. So let's see. I will go to the sources, and over here you can see now my JS files will already be present. So you can see these two files are already also present, and over here you can see dollar is not defined. That means our script tag, that is my jQuery reference, is not added to the page successfully. There is some error. I will go over here. I'll say I will try to search jQuery. Over here I can see it is added to the page, and after that this application customizer is also added. So I have to see why it is giving us an error. So friends, I don't see any error with the code because our script is loading successfully. So what I will do, I will stop this Gulp server and I will run it again. My code is same and it is looking fine to me. What I will do, I will run the terminal and I'll say Gulp serve, and it is opening the page again. I'll say load debug script because there might be some issue with the loading DS Tech Mirror, and see it is working fine. It is successfully hide the part of the div. It has successfully hide the div with the id dev underscore parent, something like that was the id of the div. So guys, we have successfully added this script as well as this css file into our SharePoint modern page. You can see this is a SharePoint modern page. These are few SPFX web part already added to the page, and I will show you again in the browser. I will go like css. This is our app customizer.css reference added to the page. This is my script reference, jQuery script reference, and this is my custom script file. If I'll go to the sources under site assets, now I can see my all the files are loaded. If I go to this, you can see this is we are not getting any error for the jQuery reference. So guys, in this video we saw how we can edit a script or CSS to our SharePoint modern page using application customizer. So guys, that's it for today's video. If you like this video, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel to get notification for our upcoming videos. If you have any issue related to this video or any of our previous video, you can reach out to us through our official email ID, that is contact@dstechmirror@gmail.com. I have created a group over Facebook. You can join that group. You can find the group link in the description box below, and name is the Modern SharePoint. You can also follow me on Twitter to get all the updates from the Office 365 world. Till our next video, much love, keep learning. Thank you.